moping around the house, wallowing in our whatever we're wallowing in. So taking the doggies to Bar K. Hey dogs. Come on, let's go in. Come on. Come on, Stella. In's this way. Come on. Gotta mark everything.
No.
Oh, you already did. What's wrong, Stella? What's wrong? Look, Stella, it's your good twin. See that, Stella? It's your good twin. What do you think of that? Huh? What do you think of that, huh? Are you gonna drop the ball? Come on, drop it. Jimmy, drop it. Come on, drop. Drop it. Like, no, I'm not going to drop that ball. I'll sure wag my tail for you. Hey, how you doing? Suyan took the day off today. And we are planning on trying to get away, maybe. The weather's going to be nice tomorrow and Sunday. Nicer on Sunday, but we're both sort of wallowing. I don't know. It comes and it goes. I hope it's nothing too serious. I hate this wallowing stuff. It's like if I'm not doing something productive, let me turn this on. If I'm not doing something productive, then if I don't hear from people, or I don't mean like friends, but I mean like people that I'm trying to get stuff going with, or do whatever, I feel like I'm not doing anything, and I just I start thinking about woe is me. So I have to count my blessings, I guess. Staying away from the news. The news has been pretty grim lately. I'm not sure, but I think this construction project right here is this big, gigantic hotel that the city has been wanting forever. So they can bring in all this convention business, and I'm judging by the size of this construction project. Yeah, it's gonna be that hotel. Anyway, the news lately, everybody, I guess, knows. Can I turn left here? I think so. We'll find out. But the news is really, the kid who shot up his ex-high school. And really, it's like very miserable, unhealthy people in not very healthy situations have access to unlimited firepower. I call them mass casualty weapons. Not weapons of mass destruction, but mass casualty weapons. Weapons that are designed essentially to do one thing, and that is kill human beings in large quantities. Oops. And so Ooh, I wonder what's going on here in the Power and Light District. Oh, well, first off, there's a green light. Yeah, I'm looking way down the way, and I'm not looking at it in front of me. Looking too far ahead. I'm getting ready to turn on Grand. Yeah, it's not a happy situation. It's not a situation that I think anybody of any civilized country has ever intended. Well, this street is blocked. I'm betting there's something happening out here tomorrow, actually. And I think it becomes a threat to our democracy, really, when people can't go to their workplace or go to their schools or live their lives without the fear of being mowed down by somebody. And I think the statistics will say that having large quantities of these weapons in people's hands don't make everybody safer. They do the exact opposite. They create the situation. People will say, oh, well, it's the people that are doing it. Well, the statistics don't lie. And all the countries that have gun regulation, sensible gun regulation, the numbers are far lower. We like to argue that because we're Americans and we have the traditions that we have, we can defend our country against foreign invasion or tyranny at home. We're forgetting our history with that one. 1940, country of Great Britain stood up. It was the only country left fighting Nazi Germany. And they stood up, and they were ready and able to defend themselves. And it wasn't because every English person was armed to the teeth with unlimited firepower. It was because they had the spirit. They said, no, we're not giving in. And that's all it takes. It's not the toys. It's the spirit. If you armed everybody in a country to the teeth with unlimited caches of weapons and military grade everything in their houses and stuff, it's not going to make them more apt to be able to defend themselves against an enemy. That has to be born into people, their spirit, their ability to stand up and say no. And I think that history also shows that Great Britain almost did give in, but it wasn't the people. It was the aristocrats. The aristocrats who felt entitled to run everything. And they didn't have a whole lot of skin in the game. They were ready to give in because is this a one-way? Oh, I hate this. I think this is one-way. They were ready to give in because they knew they would get treated well no matter what. And they came down to, oh, we don't care about the people. Never cared about the people. Heck, half the people on the other side who are doing all this bad stuff are people who are related to us. So we know we're going to get good treatment. And the people stood up and said, no. Nope, that's not the way it's going to be. So yeah, this is a Friday night in Kansas City, huh? I've been out on Friday nights, but in my old profession, I'd have to get up dark 30 on Saturday, so this would be late for me. This would be past my bedtime. Excuse me. And so, there's a lot of positive signs going on in my life right now. One of those being that there seems to be a lot of people who, when they hear my ideas and what I'm capable of and what I can do for them, please, we need that. We need that kind of thing. And in the following weeks, hopefully, people can see that, and it's a positive thing, It's just that there are these times when I have these days when nothing happens and it's taken a long time, and that little bug in my brain kicks in. I've been feeling more validated lately and more useful in the past few weeks than I ever had really in my whole career. And it's in doing the exact things that I've trained myself for. And, there's a lot of things about resumes and stuff. You got to have this in your resume and that and this and that. I was like, what's really important is the ability to get up and say, yes, I can do that. Give me a little bit of time and I can do that. It's no problem. It's not necessarily having a big toolbox full of skill sets, because that's like having a big toolbox full of toys, So what? It's the ability to take whatever you have and be creative and turn it into something. It's Americans, that is one thing that we have that we take for granted that a lot of people, a lot of places really want, is our creativity. I mean, there are people who can do things technically that make our heads spin, but for some reason you can't teach that creativity, that spirit, that spark. And for some reason, I don't know if it's our system, our government, our independence, or what it is, but we have it, and people envy us for it all over the world. They I don't know if many people know this, but there are countries that send their kids to school here just so they hope that they can catch that spark. But when a lot of these countries that they send their kids from, and these cultures have this mentality of like, keep your ideas to yourself, don't speak out. I don't know where they're going to get that spark, because I don't know how to define it either. I just know that so many entrepreneurs in this country have been able to get started just because, I don't know, they had that creative spark, and sometimes necessity creates it. And that's what excites me, is we can figure things out here. We can do it. And we have the ability and the opportunity. There are a lot of people out there who want to take that away. I mean, lately there's been this talk about all the people who try and pull you down and say no and gaslight you and everything for various reasons. Because they want something from you, or because they don't want you to do something because they want the limelight on them. And I don't know, I have to figure out how to turn my back on that kind of thing and turn away from those kind of people, because I guess we all have been victims of that. But I don't want to be like, oh, I can't do anything because I'm such a victim. That's a negative way of thinking. I've been told that I should lay low and not appear in any kind of video or talk or anything because of various reasons. And I'm like, you know what? I'm expressing my real reality, and I'm working my way through things. So I guess this is an update. I'm working my way through things, and hopefully I'm on a constructive path. I've been on a very negative path, and part of that negative path was the path that says just accept what people give you, and you can't do anything because somebody hasn't given you permission to do that. And I say, bull. I think something finally broke in me and said, nope, you're trading something very good, very precious, for a little bit of security and safety. And in the end, you know, it's like the old saying, you'll get none of that. You won't get the security and safety. It'll go away when you need it most. And you won't get to do the things that maybe you were meant to do in life. So I guess I'm going for broke these days, and win or lose, it's the only path that's open to me. All the other doors have been shut, and maybe they were never really open in the first place. Maybe they were just false opportunities, dead ends. They're open for other people, and I wish them well, congratulate them, but apparently they're not the path for me. And I got to a point where I was living a lie and being miserable. Well, anyways, I got to get gas, put gas in the super boo-boo. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to wrap it up here. So as I always say when I wrap things up, hee hee.